Cherish, this shit high, boy.
Guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. A lot has been happening, so I just thought I would do like a life update sort of situation. And this video is so unplanned. I literally just put on a duck right now, and I'm like, as in, let me just record, because yeah, I feel a life update is overdue. So what has been happening since my last video? I didn't remember when my last video was, but I think the major thing that recently happened about a week ago is that I got confirmation that I have passed my PhD. A journey, I tell you, a journey that started, I want to say 7 years ago, but it's actually longer than that. So yeah, that part of my life is done. I am officially, well, they say it's only official when you have graduated. So after graduation, I will be officially Dr. Nobubele Angel Shozi. But yeah, I am already using the title because, girl and boys, it has been a long time coming. It's been a long time. I wanted to actually show you guys something. So I think I should actually go and get it and yeah, come back to you guys. I have this box now. In this box is like things I hold quite close to me. It's not everything, but there's pictures and there's mostly letters. It's actually a box that I kept to put letters that friends from high school, my cousins, family wrote to me, you know, over the years before SMSs and things became popular, you know, when we still used to write letters to each other. So that's what I have in this box. But the other thing I have in this box, ooh, guys, please don't judge me, it is my dreadlocks. Once upon a time I had dreadlocks, guys. And once upon a time, I thought I would stitch them back on. Like my dreads they were quite long, hey? They were honestly quite long and I actually miss them. But yeah, so apart from the dreadlocks in this box, which I actually think I need to throw away, I have a fact file. So back then, you know, when we still used to write letters, yeah, you would do this thing called a fact file. So it would list facts about you. All right. So full name and surname, my nicknames, my date of birth, place of birth, my mom's full name, my dad's full name, who my siblings are, my full address, and this is an old address, telephone number at home, a description of myself, and I described myself as I'm tall, I'm dark in complexion, I'm not really that dark, nice eyes, long hair. At that time I used to relax my hair and it wasn't even that long, so I don't know why I said that. My good qualities, I said, is smile, hug, caring, sharing, passionate. My bad qualities, impatient, short-tempered. Mission in life is where it gets interesting and I will get to that. But part of my mission in life is a good job and happiness. My motto, if a man hasn't discovered anything to die for, he isn't fit to live. Message to youth, education is the key to success. Condomize or abstain or be faithful because AIDS is here and is knocking at your door. That was my message to the youth. Message to South Africa, don't waste opportunities, grab them with both hands and don't let go of them. Keep South Africa clean. Should have been president, guys. And then I signed it off and I dated it 27th of February 2002. And then with that, I even kept a timetable. What was this? A timetable roster thing. So I think every year I had an account with Standard Bank, those student accounts with Standard Bank. So every year, I guess you would get this, and it would have the dates for the year when schools open and close, and then you could put your timetable on here, and then it had the calendar at the back. Standard Bank adverts there. So 27th February was a Wednesday when I decided to do this file. So I remember doing this, like, I'm not sure where I got this piece of paper, but I saw this piece of paper and I'm like, this is actually nice. It looks like a piece of paper that will last forever. Like, it's a bit hard and it has lines. So I was like, let me do a fact file. And that's what I did. So what I wanted to share though from this is that my mission in life, apart from having a good job and being happy, which I still think is my mission, just being happy, I wrote to be a doctor in information technology. This was in 2002. 2002, I was doing grade 10. I was 15 years old, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. I was I 15 or 14? 2002, 87, 97. I was 15, yeah, I was 15 in 2002. And already then, I already knew I wanted to do information technology. I knew I wanted to be a PhD, to have a PhD in information technology, even though I got it in computer science, but it's still within it's still within the same realm. Yeah. So yeah, guys, what I actually also wanted to do is just to share my journey from this point up until now, up until how I got to where I am right now. So I grew up in Durban, in a township called Elamontville, and I grew up with my brother and my sister and my mom and dad. And then growing up, I went to an Indian school, Excelsior Primary, which was like a walk from my house. At that point, honestly, I didn't know what I wanted to study. It was only up until, I think, when my dad was just about to relocate to PE, he bought us a computer. Our first computer. We had like a TV game at that point, I think, and then he decided to get us a computer. So of course, didn't do any coding or anything in the computers. Was mostly for games, but I was fascinated. I was fascinated how this thing works, how to use it. Yeah, I think that's where my fascination started with IT and computers. And then we had to relocate to PE to follow my dad. And then that's when I got an opportunity to go into what you can call the Model C schools. So we relocated when I was going to do my grade 7. So grade 7, I went to Greenwood Primary School in PE. So we relocated to the Eastern Cape, Port Elizabeth. And then after that, I went to Victoria Park High School. And that's where, as the subjects that you get to choose, they were offering computer studies and computer typing. And of course, I chose both. I wanted to immerse myself in anything and everything that has to do with technology and IT. Yeah, so I chose those two subjects in grade 10 when I wrote this fact file. And so finished my high school with good enough marks. I applied at Nelson Mandela University. Well, yeah, it's Nelson Mandela University now, but back then it was Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University. And I applied for a diploma in information technology. So I did that. And I think on my second or third year, I applied for a bursary from Telkom, and I was fortunate enough to get that bursary. I finished my diploma. They offered an opportunity to carry on with your studies if you wanted to, so I took that opportunity and I did my BTech. After my BTech, the lecturers convinced us, no, do your masters. So I stayed for 2 more years and I did my masters. And then finished my masters. I considered doing my PhD. I actually wanted to do my PhD, but the bursary was like, no, you need to work back, the money that you have used. So I finished up my masters, came up to Pretoria and started on my career. But as I was working, I always knew that I wanted to do my PhD. So I worked at the telecoms organization, Telkom, and then after that I left after a few months because I always knew that I wanted to be an academic, I wanted to do research, and I wanted to pursue my PhD. And for me, the right environment for me to do that was the CSIR. So I joined the CSIR, and then I started working there in 2012 of August, and that's where I've been. So the environment I joined was cybersecurity environment. I really loved the environment, the work, the people. And in 2015, my supervisor joined the same unit, and he was coming from UNISA, if I'm not mistaken. He was working at UNISA and he got an opportunity to join the CSIR in our group. So he joined, and new colleague, speaking, getting to know each other, and he tells me, he is a supervisor at UNISA. Why don't I also register for my PhD and he will be my supervisor because he does have the capability to take on more students. So I was like, okay, why not? It will make things easier that my supervisor is basically in-house. He's a CSIR employee. If I need help, it will be easy to get a hold of him, unlike being supervised by someone who is far from you. So I registered, we did my proposal, submitted that, I think, towards the end of 2015. It was accepted in 2016, and the research then had to start. So I did my research work from 2016. I also happened to change jobs. I left that environment, but I was still within the CSIR. My supervisor was still also quite easy to contact. So we carried on doing the work 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. Pregnant, Corona hit, and I submitted last year, 2021, I think at the end of February or end of March. I'm not quite sure anymore. And then so I submitted. I waited a few months and I got feedback around about June the 6th or June the 8th, I don't quite remember, that my submission is not accepted. Asked me to revise and resubmit. So when they ask you to revise and resubmit, it means you have major changes that you have to do, and they give you a year to do those changes. They say they give you a year, but it's actually not, because I got my results in June, and which meant the next submission is end of February 2022. I had 8 months. I was devastated, guys. I cried. I think I even had suicidal thoughts. I was just a mess. I have a 1-year-old. Hey guys, it was not good. I have a husband to take care of. There's my child as well. There's my PhD stress. My husband was so worried about me, honestly, most of last year. But I think I cried for a few days, and I had to pick myself up. I picked myself up. I got down to doing the work. So the major thing that the examiners identified with my research is that I used self-evaluations to evaluate the outputs that I was proposing. So by self-evaluate, I mean like I ran experiments to validate my outputs instead of sort of getting external user feedback. So maybe doing interviews with people about the work that I have produced, basically, in summary. So I had to go back, redo my ethical clearance, because at that point my ethical clearance stated that I don't have any human participants. So yeah, I had to go back, involve humans, run a survey, collect that data, analyze it, yeah, include a new chapter now with these survey results, implement that into my into my outputs, go back, redo my research methodology chapter, because now a whole lot of things have changed. I think I'll have maybe a separate video, just going into the details of my research process, but right now, yeah, I'll just a high level talk about it. And then so redid my methodology, collected the data, wrote up the chapter, update all my outputs, my models, things like that. And yeah, eventually, finally, I was ready to submit again February of this year, 2022, sorry. And yeah, so then I got my feedback around May, the examiner comments, and everything was perfect, good, they were happy. And yeah, I got my finalized official results now in August, I think the 23rd. So yeah, it's been a long journey, but what made me give you that background of the start in 2002, the start being my fact file, is because last night I was reading the Bible, and what I was reading the book of John, 1 John chapter 5 verse 14 to 15, where it states, "This is the confidence we have in approaching God, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. And if we know that he hears us, whatever we ask, we know that we have what we asked of him." Let me repeat, because this honestly just resonated with my path, with how everything in my life started, in terms of my PhD, that is, well, maybe also basically everything in my life, but yeah, it really applied to this current situation where I'm just finding myself so grateful to God. I'll read it again. "This is the confidence we have in approaching God, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. And if we know that he hears us, whatever we ask, we know that we have what we asked of him." So on the 27th of February 2002, I asked God that, "God, I want to have a PhD in information technology." And that was a 15-year-old girl who was still in grade 10, probably didn't even know the proper path to get to a PhD in information technology. But I asked God 20 years ago, I asked God for that. I didn't know the path. I didn't know how I would do it. I didn't know how he would do it. But I asked him, and I had confidence in him, and I trusted that it would happen, that he would deliver, that he would give me the strength to be able to deliver on what I asked. And I didn't check up every day, every hour. Oh, but God, hint, nudge, khamba kanjani, if it's, khamba kanjani lapho kungitholela i-PhD. No. Instead, I made sure ukuthi mina yonke into empilweni yami aligned to me getting that PhD. I chose the right subjects in high school. I made sure I finished high school with the right marks to get me into a university and study a course that will lead me into getting the PhD in information technology or computer science. That's what I did. And what's funny is I didn't even apply to a lot of universities. I only applied to NMMU. And I asked myself now, what if NMMU rejected me? What would have happened? I would have probably had to do a late application or even delay my studies for a year if I wasn't getting to university. But God's plan, I applied to NMMU and I got in. The only university I applied to, I got in. And I followed in the path that God was leading me on. But I trusted him and I had confidence in him. So that is just, that seed that I woke up with this morning when I was reflecting on this reading, and I was just in awe. I was in awe, guys. Like, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And it's not like it was smooth sailing or anything, because there were days, trust me, there were days when during my PhD that I was not sure, that I didn't know what I was doing, where I felt so stupid. And maybe I actually need another video on how to survive PhD and just giving tips on that, because when I posted about me passing, everyone was like, yo, we always knew how smart you were. And I'm thinking to myself, but was I really? Did my husband not just call me right now and disturb me? So I'm hoping that the camera angle is still fine. It's still maybe similar to the first half of this video. But yeah, okay guys, so I was still saying, that everyone, was going on about, oh, we always knew how smart you are. And guys can see, yes, guys can see, I might have been, one of the sharper tools in the shed. But honestly, when it comes to a PhD, I don't think smartness plays a role. I think the most important thing, and the one thing that I realized how important it is last year is perseverance, guys. Persevering, never giving up, just having the strength to do it. And a few days after getting my results, my supervisor actually sent me a message. He's also at one point we even used to have Bible studies with my supervisor, when he joined the organization. So he sends me also like a scripture, and it's like, as I think he was praying today, he just thought about how resilient I was and how much I persevered and how strong I was. And he also, I think, didn't want to show how worried he was last year, but he was actually very worried. So to see me triumph at the end, was a moment for him as well. And it's honestly just made us glorify God even more, be thankful. I can't thank him enough for his wisdom and for giving me the strength to persevere. It's been a lot, guys. It's been a lot. But I am happy. I'm happy. I think it took me a few days to let it sink in. I think it's still sinking in. I haven't quite fully grasped it, and I haven't even grasped the magnitude of everything. When I told my dad, he sent me this message. He's like, I'm so proud of you, Mbasha. The whole community is proud of you. When I posted on Facebook, it wasn't only family and friends, who were commenting, but people were sharing my status, and it was reaching my neighbors, my community, and people were going on. So people were like, And people are proud, people are feeling proud. And yeah, the importance of this honestly has not sunk in completely. Like, it's starting to, but it hasn't really sunk in, because there's not a lot of people who have PhDs. My friend, Professor Knox, she's like, the last time she checked stats in South Africa, it was like, what, less than 5% of people who have PhDs in the country. I think she said even it's like 2% of people who have PhDs in the country. And now I'm one of them. And now I am one of those people. So, you guys, I'm grateful. I'm happy, and I'm happy about the doors that this is going to open. And I'm praying about it, you know. I'm praying about how now to utilize this platform that I have been given, this platform that I have been placed on. And yeah, there's things that I want to do, passion projects that I need to revive that have died because I was so stressed about my PhD. But now I have the time. I have the time to do them. So yeah, that's basically my life update. I think this video has been honestly quite long, and I even started preaching, which is something that I never even thought I would do live on camera. But yeah, no, I'm grateful, guys. I'm grateful. So yeah, this is me introducing Dr. Lubele Angel Shozi. I'm happy, guys. I've changed my title everywhere, like on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, I'm so surprised. I updated about me passing, and the last time I checked, my post almost has 100,000 impressions. Crazy. And like, so many likes. I think more than 2,000, if I'm not mistaken, likes. So it's been crazy. It's been crazy. People I don't know just congratulating me. So I'm happy. I have a PhD in computer science, and I am ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. Let me close off this video. I think my next video will be soon. I have an exciting trip coming up this weekend with my girls, so hopefully I'm going to be vlogging a bit on that, and yeah, sharing what we're going to be up to on the weekend. But guys, thank you so much. Thank you for making it through this video. As I said, it was unplanned. Look at my dog. Mess, but yeah, I think this is what my channel is about, just being raw, being me, and yeah, sharing whatever comes to mind at that point. But thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Please like, please share, please subscribe, follow, do the things that must be done. Until next time, bye guys.